most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Today
therapist.
we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
Today we're
Bob.
going to go over the top 3 exercises you can do after a dislocated shoulder. And this is Napoleon Bonaparte, and I'm going to show you how his shoulder can dislocate using his own shoulder.
Right, his dislocated shoulder.
But before we do that, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain-free. We upload every day. We're also always giving something away. Every week we have a little contest where we give away something. You just got to give us your email and your name so we can contact you. We always have the contest listed we pinned to the top of our page on Facebook. Don't like Facebook, you can join us on Bob and Brad, our website, and it's on the giveaway section.
Right.
So,
what about the other two?
all right, yeah, Instagram. We got funny stuff on there. Twitter, we're always talking. Yeah, stuff is cool.
Okay, well, just wondering, Bob.
All right. So the generally way most people dislocate their shoulder is what we call the shoulder goes forward like this anterior. That's how it pops out.
Sure.
And that's more often a throwing injury. If you put your arm like this, believe it or not, when I take it back like this, the shoulder goes forward. I just hit my mic.
Yeah.
So if I'm like this, I go like this, that's how, it's called the apprehensive test even. When you
Sure.
If you take someone that's kind of got a loose capsule and you put an arm like this and you go like they get apprehensive because it feels like the shoulder's going to pop out on them.
Right, because they've had it happen before.
They've had it happen before. So that's 95% of shoulder dislocations happen just like that, forward. 5% go toward the back.
Okay,
So
posterior.
Yep.
Mhm.
And another, I don't even know what percentage, it's so rare, can go inferior.
Sure.
So that might even be more from a traumatic injury. or
Right,
something
my
like
mother
that.
had that happen to her. She
Oh, of
fell
course
down,
she
though.
did, an
Yeah,
inferior
the
one.
x-rays were clear it was inferior.
Okay. Simple test to know, and most of you are probably going to know if your shoulder is dislocated. But if you want to know, there's a simple test you can do. If you can't take your opposite arm to the opposite shoulder, it's dislocated. I mean that's one sign it's dislocated.
Right, right.
So just a simple test. All right. When you first dislocate your shoulder, and this is going to seem a little bit strange to you, the sling is a little bit controversial, but these are the general guidelines for wearing a sling.
Sure.
The thing is, if you're younger, you have to wear it longer. And also, if you're younger, you're more likely to need surgery after dislocation than if you're older, because that's just your ligaments are looser,
Mhm.
and it means you could more likely dislocate again.
Repeated, yeah.
Yeah. So these are the guidelines here.
Doesn't mean you're going to have it. Just says more likely. So
Yeah,
you got to
you're
talk
more
to your
likely.
doctor.
Yeah, we did a video on that, Brad. Actually, what do you need surgery or not for after a shoulder dislocation?
Okay, so you can look at that.
If you're less than 20, 3 to 4 weeks, they recommend wearing a sling. 20 to 30, 2 to 3 weeks. Greater than 30, 10 days to 2 weeks. And greater than 40, 3 to 5. Can you read that, by the way? That's Liz. If you're greater than 40, 3 to 5 days.
And these are general rules. It doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. You're almost certainly going to see a doctor if you got a dislocated shoulder. But these are good ideas.
So while you're in the sling, you can go ahead and do wrist range of motion, and you can even do a little elbow range of motion.
Sure.
And you can do some grip strengthening.
Yep. Have a ball to squeeze.
Turn the light on there, Brad. Show the little fancy.
Oh yeah. Yep. If you're
want to be
entertained, or if you have a child that has it, it makes it a little more fun. Give them something to work with.
All right. So then we're going to start with range of motion after that period of time after you come out of the sling, and if it bothers you to lift it, you can start off with a pulley system. We like these are really inexpensive, really well-made pulleys called Range Masters. I've got them in the link below, so you can buy them. They're like $10 or something like that. But
I wouldn't say they're really well-made, but it's good for the purpose.
They're well-made. They're enough. You don't like the pulley system.
Enough.
Yeah, they're good enough. They're not high-end pulleys, right?
No, but they're certainly great for this.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and you can sit down. You can actually face is normally what I do, but you can just start working on flexion. And you don't want to go above about 140 degrees.
Right. So if you look at it from the side, and again, if you start getting sharp pains, you're overdoing it. You need to work in pain-free range or slightly stretch pain, but don't get into that sharp pain range.
So yeah, what's nice about the pulley system is the opposite arm can do almost all the work.
Right.
So this is the arm that I'm stretching. And even if you have shoulder pain, a lot of times just working the shoulder helps, get a little more lubrication in there.
Sure.
And it's going to feel a lot better. So you're going to do flexion to 140 degrees, and you're going to do external rotation only to 40 degrees. So that's about this far.
Yep.
Not any farther than that, because if you start going out here, your shoulder's going to feel like it's going to dislocate. Again, we're doing the exercises after you dislocated your shoulder forward, which is the majority of them.
Sure.
So 40 degrees, you're going to start doing that. You're going to do that, for a couple weeks. You can actually probably start the isometric strengthening before that then.
Sure.
I mean, along with that.
So if my left shoulder is the one that was dislocated, the sling is off now, we've been working some range of motion and starting to feel good, then we're going to work the muscles to strengthen them without movement, so they're isometrics. The first one is flexion, the muscles that do this motion. You can go up to a wall, or like in a doorway is a good place where the door would be here. And you're going to push this direction, and you're going to hold it. I like to hold that for about 6 to 8 seconds for an isometric, and then relax. And you can do, anywhere between 5 and 10 repetitions, okay? And then we also want to do external rotation. That's this direction. We're only 45 degrees, but actually here we can go straight in front of you, or in front of the elbow would be neutral. We're going to move this direction, but the wall
is going to stop it.
Yep. So I'm going to be pushing into there and push, hold it. Again, 8 to 10 seconds, and relax. And hold, and you're going to do up to 10 repetitions of those. Again, they should not create any sharp pain.
Right.
And if they do, then you don't want to do them. They just want to create fatigue in the shoulder. Okay.
And abduction, Brad?
Abduction. So now I'm going to go.
Now he's trying to go out. Yeah,
Yep.
you got it.
There we go.
I was out of camera.
Yep. And then I'm going to go into the wall. And again, same repetition, same length of time.
8 to 10 seconds,
Yep.
Brad, you're recommending?
Yep. And relax.
And then the final one is internal rotation.
Coming in this direction.
Yep.
Now this, I'm gonna be at an angle, but normally you'd be in here, but so you can see, and then you're going this way. You can put your palm right up against
the wall's
the wall.
right here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pushing this way.
There you go.
But again, the wall is not going to let me go.
Right. So that's your isometric there. Okay. Good.
So after a couple weeks of that, you're going to then start with actual weights, and you can start with just a soup can. I'm just going to use a little 1 pound weight here. This is Brad's weight that he brought in, this pink one.
Well, I've been using curls,
Yeah. So we're going to start with just straight flexion. We're going to do about 10 to 15 repetitions.
Yep.
And that's just straight going up like this. I'm not going to go any higher than 90. I'm just going to go right up to 90 degrees. So, and we're, again, 10 to 15 repetitions. And then you can also do what we call empty can. It's like you turn the can upside down, and you're going to go out about 45 degrees.
Right.
It's at the same, what we call scaption, at the same plane of this as the scapula.
This
And
is
you go
working
up
a
to 90
specific rotator cuff muscle.
10 to 15 of those. And then we want to do what we call innies and outies. And these you have to do laying down. So if I'm laying on my side, I'm going to actually bring it out this way.
Right. So you can do this laying on a bed, laying on the carpeted floor.
And you can also do internal rotation, innies. But when you get to these, it would be really nice to have the band set here.
Right.
We got our wall anchors set up on the wall. To be all honest, if you're going to do some rehab for a shoulder, you're going to want to get the wall anchor set along with some bands, because you can really get into more advanced strengthening eventually. And it works really well just to start with these innies and outies. And eventually you can start even do P and F patterns, and you can work it all different ways.
So in other words, if you want to get to your normal living, if you're going to, reach into the cupboard, throw a ball with the kids, that kind of thing. Or if you're in a sport, even more important. But here I put the towel here, and that forces me to keep my elbow in the right location, because a lot of times people will do this, and that's not what we want. We want to have it here, so we work those specific rotator cuff muscles. And 10 to 15 reps here. And then if I turn around, I'm going to do it the other direction. I want to get internal rotation.
Yeah, so you just switch arms then.
It's going to come in this way. So we get the opposite muscle group in that rotator cuff.
And that tends to be more of a powerful muscle.
Yep.
So you may want to use more resistance, and you can
Yep.
double up the bands there.
Yep.
Or
You know,
use 2, or
you may want to go 2 this way and then
just
slide
one
that. Yeah.
one the other way.
One this way. You don't have to have the towel in there, but a really good idea to start out with.
And again, if you are continually dislocating and you're younger, you may be a candidate for surgery. I hate to say it, I mean,
Yeah.
but that's just how it works in the world. So, by the way, if you haven't already, Brad and I can fix just about anything. If you don't know
Except
this,
for
a broken heart.
and some speech problems.
That's right. We could use a little speech, but we're working on it.
Yeah, it is.
We're getting back to the heart. We're going to work on it.
Yeah, I hope we got it up there this time.
Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.